I'm about to show you one of the biggest bombs that have been dropped on the Karen Reed case in trial number 1.
You're close friends with Colin Albert, is that correct?
Correct. Colin wasn't at the house, so he's being harassed for... He was not at the house when John was there, so I drove him home. Constant phone calls, emails, awful messages, people showing up at our house, people emailing my school.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law. Folks, today we are going to finish up Allie McCabe's testimony. As some of you who follow me on a regular basis and who have thus far followed the Yuri Buchanan, former trooper, Michael Proctor, Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe, I have been covering all of their cross-examinations right here on this channel. Go to the playlists and you will find them. But I'm going to do something very unique today, something that I don't normally do. And I'm doing it for two reasons. Number one, it is so huge in the case of Karen Reed Trial 1.0 that Allie McCabe, Allison McCabe, who is like this with Colin Albert, when she took the witness stand, not only was I able to witness her testimony in real time, but I also learned something very, very fascinating. Hank Brennan, the special prosecutor assigned to prosecute Karen Reed in trial number 2, did not put Allie on his witness list. The defense had to put her on their witness list. Hank has no intention of ever calling Allie McCabe. Why is that? Well, I'm about to tell you, and you're about to find out for yourselves. I am about to play the redirect examination by none other than Adam Lally. Adam Lally is a prosecutor. His questioning is boring. Not because he himself is boring, although that much is obvious. But his questioning is going to be boring. It's the who, what, where, when, why, and how questions that you are only permitted to ask on direct examination. On cross is when you can ask leading questions and you can lean into the witness. Unfortunately, you can't do that on direct. And so we have very limited opportunity, and going through all of their testimony and listening to it and rehashing it on this channel is fruitless. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time. And I have better things to do and much more entertaining things to present to you all. But this is an exception. And the reason I'm about to present Allie McCabe's direct examination. This is on redirect, I should say. This is after Yannetti just finishes with her. So if you've watched parts 1 and 2, they're directly above this video, and they're going to be in the description below along with all the other ones. I'm about to show you one of the biggest bombs that have been dropped on the Karen Reed case in trial number 1 in May of 2024. So buckle up, folks, because it's about to get very, very, very interesting. Let's watch. Lally is coming up on redirect. Watch what happens. Thank you again to the trial channel for all the cutting out of the pauses.
Now, Ms. McCabe, did you get rid of your prior iPhone or did you upgrade your iPhone?
Upgrade.
And that would have been in December of 2022, is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Was it sometime around Christmas?
Yeah, probably.
And that could have been a present as far as getting a new iPhone or upgrading your iPhone?
Yes.
By the way, one thing I want to mention right out of the gate. Notice if you watched parts 1 and 2 of Allie McCabe's cross-examination that I did cover on my channel, how tense she was. And now that Lally is back up there, notice how relaxed she is. She is almost giddy, almost hyper, almost excited. My job is nearly complete. I am almost out of here. I can almost leave. Like, you feel her excitement. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you feel her excitement, how hyper she is all of a sudden? That is a huge change from the tense, oh my God, Yannetti is asking me questions. This is very, very scary, moments that she was having earlier. Let's continue watching. Pay attention. There's going to be a moment, and you'll know exactly what it is.
Now, as far as any of the information that you were shown as far as the screenshot, did you in any way, shape, or form alter or delete any of the content within that text message from January 28th and the 29th with Colin Albert?
No.
With reference to changing times or time zones or anything on text messages, before Mr. Yannetti asked you any of those questions, were you aware of any of those things as things that you could do with your phone?
No.
With regard to Life 360, what, if any, knowledge do you have as far as the accuracy of sort of the timestamps that are contained within that app?
Well, I'm not sure, but on the photo he showed me, it says like turn Wi-Fi on. So that like remind Allie to turn Wi-Fi on. So that could have affected the accuracy.
Objection,
And that was on literally
speculation.
every single one of the alerts that was on that page that he showed you.
Every single one.
Now, Canton High School, do you know what street that's on?
Washington Street, I believe.
And
Yeah.
about how far a ride is it from Canton High School to your house?
7-8 minutes, 10, I'm not sure.
You were in the bubble of Canton High School at 1:28 in the morning. Could you have possibly been in the bubble of your home at 1:30 in the morning?
No.
And unless you were going 90 miles an hour in a snowstorm?
No.
Now, you were asked some questions about that time frame of August of 2023 when you were asked and you turned over sort of screenshots to troopers from the state police, correct?
Correct.
You were asked about previous times indicating that you weren't asked and it wasn't relevant, correct?
Correct.
Now, do you know why you were asked in August of 2023 versus any prior time period?
Because Colin Albert wasn't in the house, and then it was brought up here that he was.
And brought up where?
Wait a second. Did you catch that? Because Colin Albert wasn't in the house, but it was brought up here that he was. Have you been listening to courtroom testimony? It's all public, it's all available. What better way to prepare yourself to testify than to violate a court order to sequester and not listen to testimony than by listening to testimony? Highly suspicious. My spidey sense is tingling, but this is only the beginning.
By the defense.
And around that time of August 2023?
I believe so, yes.
And with reference to relevancy, is that what you were talking about?
Correct.
And what, if anything else, are you're close friends with Colin Albert, is that correct?
Correct.
What, if anything else, has either your family or Colin Albert and his family undergone over the course of the pendency of this case? Objection.
No, the door's been opened. I'm allowing it.
Watch this.
Well, basically harassment.
Harassment by who?
Bloggers, people online.
And what, if anything, in relation to Colin Albert being in the house has occurred as far as the harassment that you're talking about?
Can you rephrase?
With reference to what you were talking about as far as the relevancy of Colin Albert being in the house at that time, what, if any, harassment was there in relation to that and in relation to Colin?
Well,
No, go ahead. She can answer.
Colin wasn't at the house, so he's being harassed he was not at the house when John was there, so I drove him home.
Boom. He was not at the house when John was there. Is she saying, yeah, John was at the house, but Colin wasn't there in the house when John was at the house?
People are harassing him saying he was at the house when it's not true.
Now, you're about to see something fascinating, but I'm going to rewind it one more time because this is so important. Watch Allie's face melt off of her skull. Yeah. Let's listen one more time and I will not interrupt this time.
Go ahead. She can answer.
Colin wasn't at the house, so he's being harassed he was not at the house when John was there, so I drove him home. So people are harassing him saying he was at the house when it's not true.
When you speak about harassment, what specifically type of harassment are we talking
Constant phone calls, emails, awful messages.
Objection.
I'll allow it. Focus on this witness, not Colin Albert at this point.
As far as you and your family, what, if any, type of harassment have you received?
People showing up at our house, people emailing my school, just like a lot of harassment. Can I have a moment, please?
Sure.
The realization, she's not crying because of the harassment. She realized she misspoke. She accidentally revealed the truth that John was at the house. Just Colin wasn't there when John was there.
And how long a period of time has that persisted for?
Very long time.
Thank you. I have no further.
So that was it. That was the moment that I wanted to show you all. Like I said, I never do direct or redirects, but the important part is that Allie McCabe, being young, naive, controlled by her parents, I can only imagine what it's like to have Matthew and Jen as your mom and dad. I mean, that is got to be torture in and of itself for this poor girl. But she is the daughter of the mafia. She's the daughter of the Canton Mafia, so it does come with its perks. You are untouchable. You don't get bullied. All this fake crying and all this emotion that she's exhibiting, it's all for show. It's so much is so obvious. It's too hyper, it's too exaggerated, it's too unnatural, it's too far-fetched, too fabricated. And anybody with two brain cells firing can see through the BS. And as a result of that, she's a fragile witness. She's prone to influence, but she's also prone to mistakes. And she misspoke. She said Colin was not at the house when John was there. Now, I suppose one could make the argument that she meant when John was outside and when Karen hit him with her car. Like, please. I had a lawyer, by the way. I do want to share this with you all. I had a lawyer from Massachusetts, who shall remain unnamed, sent me a letter with several typos, and basic typos that any lawyer worth their salt would know not to make. It was not a professional letter. I was very confused. And not only was it poorly written, it also insisted that I need to change course. He said that he watched my latest video and how highly disappointed he was because it's all but clear that Karen hit John with her car, and that's how he died. And I'm just like, okay, buddy. And I just threw it in the trash. Because I got excited. I thought, oh, a lawyer from Massachusetts is reaching out saying, I may be a fan, I love your content or whatever. They do watch it. They do watch the content, but they're on the polar opposite and half asleep. And again, the typos are usually a dead giveaway of the caliber of attorney that you are. Good, high caliber attorneys do not make typos. We do not make mistakes. By the way, this video is sponsored by me and my firm. If you've been hurt in any way, shape, or form, call us. 1-844-774-HURT. 1-844-774-HURT. We are standing by. Operators are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your calls. And it doesn't matter if you're in Hawaii or California or New York or Florida or anywhere in between. We are more than happy to talk to you about your case and get you money in your pocket. So, Allie, you're not getting away with anything. You think you're smart, you think you're being slick, and you're being so not slick, by the way, that Hank is not even calling you as a witness. The defense probably will. They reserve the right. She's now on the witness list. They reserve the right to call her, but Hank is not going to call her because she is too fragile. She might crack under pressure if Jackson, because this time, I don't think Yannetti is a very, very solid lawyer, and I love his style. This is not an affront to Yannetti. But Yannetti is really nice. I remember talking to him because I was in the courtroom when Allie McCabe finished testifying, and he came up to me and he said, I think I was a little too hard on her, especially like after she cried at the end. Lawyers always worry about how they look, and I said, Yannetti, don't worry about it. She cried about something completely different. I think you did a fantastic job. You did great. And he was doubting himself. Every lawyer has been there. Every lawyer has ever tried a case. So I know exactly what he's talking about. But the interesting thing is, I reassured him, I don't know how much that worked. I really hope Jackson does Allie McCabe. That would be fun to watch. That would be something to behold, to watch Alan go for the gullet of this young gal. And she deserves everything coming her way because she's helping cover up a murder that her parents helped commit and cover up. And there's nothing worse than that. Nothing. You're complicit. You're testifying. She could have theoretically refused the subpoena. What is Lally going to do? Throw her in jail? She's part of the Canton Mafia. She's untouchable. Anyway. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I thank you all for watching. I hope you all learned something. I won't be doing much of these videos of direct and redirect examinations, so you got a rare one, but now you know why. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.